Welcome to the world of giant trucks, where strength, courage, and precision are the keys to survival. This is not just a journey of transporting timber, but a battle with nature, rugged terrain, and human limits. Fasten your seatbelts, because the most dramatic journey through the deep forest begins now. A semi-jackknife, the body and trailer forming a dangerously sharp angle, was sliding out of control on an icy bridge. Have you ever witnessed the terrifying moment when giant machines lost control? Get ready to experience the thrill of top 10 most dangerous failures of cranes and heavy equipment failures. Demolition of buildings at the fastest speed.
Whoop!
A huge, heavy European truck carrying a giant Sani SKT 90S, a veritable mechanical monster, was struggling, stuck deep in the mud. It was more than just a mishap. It was a desperate fight against the pull of mud and gravity.
Wasit. Tinggal muatannya aja nah, tertinggal. Oh, apa nih? Waduh, awas, yo.
On the treacherous slope of Frog Hill, Ibukit Kodak, a bus full of passengers was struggling to make it through. Suddenly, the engine stalled, ran out of power, and the giant vehicle came to a complete stop halfway up the slope.
Wes. Oh, apa nih? Waduh, awas, yo. Mantap, Bang. Harap. Wah, terasa bawa main close.
A giant tractor trailer, a symbol of power and mobility, is now stuck with no way out. The entire heavy body of the vehicle is buried deep in the mud, creating a dramatic and challenging scene. Picture this dramatic scene, a powerful Scania R580, a symbol of strength and durability, struggling in a harsh quagmire. Picture this incredible scene. A small Suzuki Ignis, bravely facing the increasingly harsh seppuku off-road, to the point of getting stuck. And then, a giant Scania R580, the big guy of tough roads, appears like a savior in the quagmire. Witness the heart-stopping horror moments. Are you ready to see the top 10 disasters created by unprofessional excavator and truck drivers? In an instant, a canter truck loaded with palm oil lurched violently, lurching on the extremely treacherous road. The engine roared desperately as the driver struggled to grip the steering wheel, struggling to make it through every meter of the muddy, slippery road.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các anh em nhá. Mình đang đi trên tốc này của em. Đây là anh em. Trên đường có thể được đoạn tốc này không anh em. Bác đang lên nhá. Bác 13 đây đấy. Rồi cách và gọi này nói luôn. Tí nữa không biết được.
The trailers are struggling up the hillside. This is not just any normal hill, but a real challenge where giant trucks have to fight against gravity and harsh terrain.
Esse aí é meu colega Ezequiel. Ezequiel tá tentando trazer o DAF dele.
Imagine a picture full of nostalgia and vitality, where time seems to slow down to give way to a majestic scene. The Adventure of the Ox Cart, a saga de cara de boiadeira.
Isso aí, galera. Hoje, dia 19.
When we think of truck accidents, we often picture violent collisions and scenes of devastation. But here we are talking about hauntingly brutal moments, horrific failures that make viewers shudder. On the steep road, a huge, heavy Volvo FH sat motionless, seemingly having given up the fight to climb the hill. The driver, a worried-looking cowherd, stood beside the car, looking into the distance hopefully.
A federal tá vindo. Subir, federal vindo atrás dele. Agora aí vai, ó.
On the dangerous Dajomba Pass, every bend is a challenge. Every meter of road is a life and death battle. This is not just a normal transportation journey, but a gamble with the fate and lives of the brave drivers.
Oke, proses penarikan tangki CPO ya.
A skilled driver with calloused hands and a sharp gaze is behind the wheel of steel monsters such as Kamaz, Pacific, Oshkosh, Iveco, Volkswagen, DAC, or MAN. This is not just driving, but a challenging art. In the blazing sun, or maybe after a heavy rain, a giant Hino truck known as the king of the highway, was struggling endlessly on a muddy slope. Picture this spectacular and challenging scene. Two giant dozers, heavy metal monsters, are being loaded onto a long tractor trailer.
Proses naik ke kapal, guys. Oke, 32 pagar, guys.
Picture a dramatic scene. The giant trucks, Gypsum S2E1, are not just means of transport, they are real warriors. In a split second, a giant truck recklessly overtook a deadly curve. It was a heart-stopping moment as the vehicle tilted dangerously, as if just a small mistake was enough to push everyone into tragedy. Get ready to see real off-road monsters. On any road, no matter how difficult, our giant machines will overcome it all.
Охуенно, сейчас мед пойдет. Ёбана в рот.
Picture the drama. A Hino truck writhing its way through a deep forest where thick mud swallows every turn of the wheels. Every movement is a struggle as the engine roars at full power, trying to escape the grip of the slushy mud.
स्लिप मारे लगा रहे अपना स्लिप मारे
For forestry truck drivers, driving giant log trucks through roads that can barely be called roads is just a part of everyday life. It's not just a job, it's a constant battle with the terrain. The arduous journey has ended, but the power of the giant machines still resonates. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next breathtaking action scenes. See you again in the upcoming eye-catching trips.